We are now in the Dongfeng Box car, and I will show you what safety and driver assistance features are available in this model. So let's start with the main screen. As you can see, the main screen is in English, and the entire menu and all the infotainment are in English. So far, there hasn't been an update that would allow you to change the language to Polish, so we'll manage here in English. So let's open the settings. Look for that small blue icon featuring the car image. Next, we can easily navigate through the menu using this column on the left side. From here, we can proceed directly to the specific driving assistance settings and options. This is the option with the steering wheel, and right here are all the various functions that we can use. At this very moment, I have every single one of these functions fully unlocked, and I am currently using them for our project. So I would generally recommend setting it up in exactly the same way. Now we'll go through each of these options one by one to understand what they're for. So the first option is Line Assist, also known as Lane Keeping Assistant. This system monitors road markings to prevent unintentional lane departure. Here we unlock this function. If it's purple, it's unlocked. And here we can choose between alarm and correction. So now we have selected the correct option. This means that the car will intervene more actively in the steering system to return to the center of the lane. The alarm option would be limited only to an audible warning or vibration. Next, we move down to Collision Assist, which is the collision assistant. These are functions designed to avoid or minimize the effects of a head-on collision. And here, of course, we have this function enabled right next to forward collision warning, which is the so-called front collision warning. This is the system that warns us when we are approaching an obstacle too quickly. Here we have the sensitivity selected. Here we choose between the lowest, medium, and highest sensitivity. The highest setting, that is high sensitivity. So to put it in simpler terms, we will get the alert a little earlier than usual. Sometimes it can be somewhat frustrating or even a little bit annoying, although I personally think it is much better to have that information earlier so we know that we are gradually approaching a potential obstacle ahead of us. Next, I have the Emergency Brake Assist function unlocked. This is what's called emergency brake assist, meaning the car will automatically activate the brakes if it detects a risk of collision and we don't react in time. So it's like an emergency backup. If something happens, the car will take control. And when we're really close to a collision and the chances are very high, the car will intervene on its own and brake. Next, intelligent recognition. This whole section here is what's called intelligent recognition, meaning a system based on cameras that read road signs and GPS data. This is enabled here thanks to the Intelligent Speed Limit Assist function, which detects current speed limits. And here I have both visual and acoustic notifications. We can change it to just a text notification or an alarm. Personally, I prefer to have both, so both visual and acoustic notifications for exceeding the speed limit. Next, we also have the sound function enabled, the prompt for speed limit changes. Here it's called speed limit switching prompt sound, and as you can see, it's unlocked. This means you'll get a short sound signal every time the speed limit changes on the road. For example, when you enter a built-up area, there's an audible reminder that the speed limit has changed. And the last section is what's called driver monitoring. Here there are two such functions. Driver fatigue status reminder, which is a reminder about driver fatigue. The internal camera analyzes things like blinking and head movements and suggests taking a break when it detects signs of drowsiness. To be honest, it can sometimes be annoying, although it might be better to have it enabled anyway. When we move on to the last section, which is the driver distraction status reminder, it's a similar reminder, but this time it's about distraction. For example, if we look at the display for a long time, or if we look at the multimedia screen instead of the road, the system will also remind us to pay more attention to what's happening on the road. So that's all when it comes to these safety systems. As you can see, there are quite a few of them and they work pretty well. Some of them are admittedly annoying, but maybe it's better to have something annoying turned on if it can, to some extent, protect us from a collision. Thank you for your attention and please give the video a thumbs up.